And there we are. This is
Hey.
the TNA NXT After Show, aka Thursday Night Wars. Mad Mike is not here, as you can tell. He usually does the goofy Vince McMahon-like voice for the Thursday Night Wars, but he's not here. He's at TNA.
Yeah, he jumped into his TARDIS or his
Yeah,
DeLorean or whatever, and he rode
he'll
off into the
probably
future.
he'll probably spoil it for us, and probably. Um, but taking his place, that voice you just heard, is Mr. Matt Carlins.
It's awesome to be here. I just poured out one for Alberto Del Rio. Riz, I gotta be
Mm.
honest with you. I didn't watch much wrestling tonight, but I thought maybe we could make this work anyway. I'm gonna put
You
on
know,
my
yeah,
mainstream media hat.
I didn't watch NXT as much, mainly because I overheard that the two matches that they showed, the two matches that weren't the main event that they showed, had C.J. Parker, and the other one had Ave Murray.
Now they
So,
did C.J. Parker versus Xavier Woods again tonight.
uh, who
That
I don't
happened?
know. Yeah, that happened.
Did
Hashtag that
that? Did
happened.
that? Hashtag it happened. Now I
Um,
saw that match, but they already did that match.
they did. They probably did it more times than you think. It mm, it's kind of weird when that happens now because this is like weeks in advance or even a week in advance. I'm not sure how far they went here, but Xavier Woods is a heel,
Oh yeah,
and he's facing another heel who's actually doing something good, as
that's right,
in save the environment.
exactly. And he's
Um,
evil for it. I hate those environmentalists.
if you ever see, if I ever want to direct you towards a YouTube video, check out Funny or Dies Captain Planet. It's just like C.J. Parker. Um,
Now,
but
did you
like
also mention that Eva Marie was in a match tonight? Future Divas champion Eva Marie.
yeah, I didn't watch that match.
Oh,
Uh, but if I want to, let's go back here. My one word is
oh yeah.
is lollipop because the main event, which was really really good, it was the first round of the tag team tournament. Well, the first match was um, shoot, I forget who the first match was, but I think it was part of the tag team matches, and I don't think it was the Bull Dempsey one. I think it was the other guys. Uh, the name's skipping me right now. But
I'm
the
gonna
main
get
event.
you an answer on this while your
Yeah,
brain
give me
processes.
the answer while I go through the main event here. The main event featured Sami Zayn and his partner Adam Rose versus
Longtime friends.
long time
So
versus
obvious tag team partners.
mm, versus more longtime friends
Yes.
Tyson Kidd and Justin Gabriel. And by the way, if you hear something on my microphone right now, I am watching Cops. But if that match taught me anything, it's you don't put Albert in the corner because that man can dance. Uh, like I said, that main event match was outstanding. Uh, I would go back and watch the whole thing, more like watch the entire episode of NXT just so I can see that again. Maybe fast forward to Three of Marie. Um,
I think the other tag team match involved uh, New York City Caricatures,
oh
Enzo Amore
yes,
and Colin
yes, that's right.
Cassidy.
Yeah, who did they face? Don't tell me they faced the the vaudevillains. Did they?
No,
Okay, good.
no, they faced the duo of Jason Jordan and Ty Dillinger.
Oh, Ty Dillinger.
And
Didn't
I
he
tell
just
you
get
what,
fired?
that did he?
I think Ty Dillinger was the one who just got fired.
Was that his farewell match?
But like I said, go watch NXT. I'm gonna watch it again just for that main event and to catch up on what I've missed. Um, I actually did hear good things about Eva Marie and her match against Bayley. I'm kind of skeptical about that, but yeah. So you want to ask me this question about TNA?
Did something happen?
It.
What's your one word?
It.
Too
It.
perfect.
But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the last thing you saw was the entire TNA crowd, roster, and most ECW all cheer for a grown man to put a lady off the top rope through a table. Now I know they did this in WWE with, Mae Young, and I know this isn't the first time this has happened on television or in wrestling.
That was a different time, Rizz. That was a long time ago.
Well, also we can go back to like the ladies cutting up their faces this past weekend, 2 weekends ago, or whatever that hell that happened. But the way I see it, and Mark Madden, love him or hate him, he hit the nail right on the head on this one. Maybe you shouldn't have shown that now. Like
Maybe not the best time.
No, it was a good closer, but as of right now, we have the Ray Rice situation, and Stephen A. Smith was suspended for stuff that he said about that situation, and now we have something along those lines of putting somebody who's a lady, who is defenseless, by the way,
Clearly.
through a table.
Couple things. First of all, I do side on the love side on the Mark Madden situation. So anything he says is pretty much truth.
Hashtag super genius. He's from
Hashtag
Harlem.
King. TNA, before tonight's episode aired, there was a big disclaimer at the front of the episode. Did you get to see that?
Oh, I didn't get to see
When
that.
it went
No.
on the air, it was the usual spiel. I mean, content of a mature nature. Parental discretion is advised. Look, I don't let my kids watch TNA because it gets a little wild every once in a while. And that doesn't mean TNA is bad. That doesn't mean the product is bad. It just means
it's not bad.
It's not something that you should be having your 4-year-olds watch.
And you know what? This past TNA was quite good. It was quite good. If you want my one good thing, God, I thoroughly enjoyed myself watching the X Division match. Thoroughly enjoyed that. It was Sonata, it was Low-Key, and it was Samoa Joe. Those three can get it and do it right, but not in the Lana sense. So, but they performed outstandingly. I'll get back to that later because I have a little problem. But my one bad thing, and I know you didn't see this. Uh,
Well, I have a good thing.
oh, you
I have a good thing. Yeah. Because I did catch a little bit of the Monsters Ball match. Anytime a wrestler has the stones to get himself dropped on a pile of thumbtacks, it's a good thing.
hmm
All respect to you, Bram. You brave man, you.
the fifth bearded guy in TNA that
Well,
looks exactly the same.
that's, you know what? Let's just the
Exactly the
bearded men.
same.
The bearded men of TNA. Here I
I mean,
sit
you
with my
got
beard. Do you hate my beard too, Rizz?
no. Your beard is good. Your
Okay.
beard is kept up. I mean, I have a beard. But if you look at it, there's Bram.
Yeah.
If I showed you a picture, side by side picture of Bram and Gunner, could you tell them apart?
No.
Good.
No.
All
No.
right.
I finally got to see Gene Snitsky's new beard.
Oh,
That thing's a
I
piece of
miss
work.
I miss his old.
He almost looks like the Big Show now. He's like
I,
drifting into this territory, bearded Big Show territory.
I miss his old beard. Um, then my one bad thing was that whole knockout segment. I, you're lucky if you did not watch that part, and Matt, you are lucky for that.
Thank you.
Um, it was the beautiful people with Velvet. Don't cut up your face, Sky. Uh, then it was. Then Taryn Terrell came out, tried to cut a very serious promo, but smiled during the entire thing, which kind of ruined it. And then you have Gail Kim. Good wrestler, horrible speaking. How do I know? Crud Angle was mentioned.
Crud Angle? Crud?
Crud. And I thought I was losing my mind for a minute, but I wasn't the only one who caught Crud Angle. Um, and not to mention all four ladies. If if I had a choice between listening to any of those four speak and having a person with long nails just run their fingers through the chalkboard, I will listen to that chalkboard with happiness. Uh, I don't know if you have one bad thing about what you saw for the things that you saw.
Well, I tell you what, your description of that segment was so convincing. I will also say that that was my one bad thing.
Good. It should be.
All right. So, what would you have? Your one thing that you would have changed about tonight's episode?
Besides it happening.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to put any restrictions on this.
No. I'm putting myself on this one because besides it happening.
Do you think it's a no-brainer that the one thing that should have changed about this episode is that Dixie should not have gone through that table?
It wouldn't have been. Oh, it would have been okay if Ray Rice didn't happen.
Okay, so the one thing you would have changed is that Ray Rice would not have been caught on video dragging his unconscious old lady.
That sounds so bad, but
it does sound terrible.
But still,
the whole thing you said, Rizz. I can't wait to see the comments for this.
Oh, it's gonna be hitting on me. I know, but I would have done that differently. I would have still probably put her through it, and on at the live event, and have everybody do this whole it happened thing with the hashtags and all this, and then when it happens, they don't show it. Because, she's the president of the company.
And that she would not have allowed such a thing to be broadcast.
Exactly.
Right.
But that would have been great. But then that didn't happen. It happened. But to go back to what I wanted to change, and I'm going to go back to that match that I said it was good. The 3-man match ended with Samoa Joe winning.
Not okay for you?
I liked Samoa Joe. Past tense. Mm-hmm. And also, he didn't do much. He can't do much. I would have loved to see it put on Sonata, even though that means ipso facto that James Storm is managing the X Division champion. I just don't. I didn't like Samoa Joe winning last week, and I definitely don't like him winning this week. I'm done with Samoa Joe.
How done are you with Samoa Joe? Are you like, I'm done, I don't want to see him in TNA anymore, I need him in a different environment? Are you like, done, I never wish to see this man wrestle again?
As of right now, I don't want to see him wrestle again. It's out of first of all, he's out of shape. Oh, he's a shape. He's a pear. But
he's always been that shape, though, hasn't he?
He's grown. He's grown and got older.
Well,
and back in the day when he was this good and wore every title in TNA at one point, he was impressive. He was athletic. He was fun to watch. He was doing the cannonballs outside the ring. He was doing good moves. But now he has these matches where around him everybody's doing all these flippy moves that he used to do and that look awesome. But he's there. And then he does like his Pele kick to the shoulder, which used to be the Pele kick to the head. And then he does the slow bounce off the ropes to the knee to the head or whatever the heck that is. Then he barely makes the cannonball dive outside the ring. And then he sweats 5 seconds into the match.
Well, here's a question for you, or maybe an observation.
Sure.
Because we all know that as our favorite wrestlers grow older over time, their movesets slowly contract. It's like the elevators. You got an elevator on the bottom floor is your physical ability, and the elevator on the top floor is your mental ability, or maybe I should be backwards. And basically, as you go through your career, the one goes up, the other goes down. So if your body breaks down, you actually become a better wrestler. And at a certain point, you're in your prime where they're about to equal, and then they start to go the other way. And you're brilliant. You're a master of the squared circle, but your body will no longer let you do the things that you used to want to do. So that's why John Cena no longer does a bulldog, and why Triple H stopped doing that knee drop, because they're like, F it, my body can't do this anymore. Now Samoa Joe must be aware that he can no longer perform at a certain level. So why can't Samoa Joe just scale back what he does in the ring and still put on entertaining matches? Because to me, Samoa Joe is someone who has been around the business for so long. There's no real excuse for him to not be able to put together great matches, despite physical limitations that he might be experiencing. So either his body is so bad that he can no longer do anything, or he's just getting lazy.
and I'm going to try to say this. I don't think he's that bad. He's still a good wrestler, but when you put him in the ring with Low-Ki and Sonata, Samoa Joe is the third guy on that list that I consider to be good. And he won that match. That's all I'm saying. Sonata would have done great with that belt. Low-Ki would have actually had a contract and had something going for it. I just don't. Like, Samoa Joe's good, but he's not X Division material again. That's like saying RVD should be Cruiserweight champion. It's like saying Triple H will be once again WWE champion.
It's not so far-fetched.
That's not so far-fetched, and I love that buzzer because I can go on.
It's the dryer keeps going on.
I can go on for hours about this, but I know I'm going to get a lot of hate down below. But oh well, what's new?
Down there,
Yeah,
hate down there.
It happens.
It happened. Hey, here's the one thing I would have changed about tonight's show. I would not have let that damn locker room go out there and corner Dixie into going back into the ring.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I could deal with understanding, that putting a woman through a table off the top rope, it's probably not the best thing to do in today's climate. But, I can accept the fact that Bully Ray is a slightly sadistic, twisted kind of character, and he would be prone to do this sort of a thing, and that, Devon and Tommy Dreamer would be complicit in that kind of an action because they go way back. But to send out the whole locker room, the women were Gail Kim.
Gail Kim was in a dress.
Carter back into the ring. Don't drag the rest of your roster down to this level. Just don't get them involved.
Mm-hmm.
I can't recall another time where so many people have conspired to see a woman hurt in a wrestling ring.
Because it never happened.
No.
It never happened. Maybe when Vince McMahon was there, but it never happened when a woman was put through a table. Mae Young, God rest her soul, took it like a champ.
Yeah, and it was like
nobody
it was like in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
It was in the heat of the moment. This was like this dragged out, premeditated,
And that's why I didn't want to get into it happened as much, because of how far-fetched it was and how pretty, I want to say dumb, this was.
I think there were other ways to do it that you could have saved some face to. You could have had it almost be like accidental, so Bully doesn't look like the biggest jerk in the world because he didn't really like hoist her up and powerbomb her through a table, but she still went through it, so it was kind of becoming a karma kind of thing, There are ways to do it.
Yeah, there are ways to do it, and if we go through the whole bunch of ways, we're going to be here for an hour. So I believe we should just wrap this up now before we all just pass out from hating this even more.
The sooner we wrap it up, the sooner we get to read the comments. So that's good for me.
But
so Rizz,
with all that said,
yeah,
TNA won because I saw that more.
TNA won because it happened.
Yeah. But if you guys want, I'm sorry, I'm just watching this old guy get tased. If you want, leave it in the comments below. How would it happen for you? Would you have it the same way? Would you have it differently? Leave it in the comments below. Email the show at goodtimes@wrestlingmayhemshow.com. Join us for the proper show live every Tuesday at live.circletrimedia.com. With everything going on, we also have a Monday night show that we do for the after show for Monday Night Raw. We do a lot of stuff on Tuesday. I can't even name them off by heart right now, but if you want, you can come in and check out the show. Boss Battle is going to have Zach Gowen on. If you like video games and you like Zach Gowen, please come over.
That's going to be good.
That is going to be good. And for that, thank you, Matt Carlins.
Rizz, thank you for being such a loyal and dutiful host. Where others fall aside, where others fail to show up, here you are, a rock upon which this great empire is built.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Mad Mike, you jerk. But for Matt Carlins, at Matt Carlins, at
Mainstream Matt.
I was right about to say that.
Yeah.
And I'm at the Rizz, the extra E's for extreme. I guess. I don't know. Thank you guys for joining us. And we'll see you around.
Peace out.